Going live. It says this hangout is on the air. Good morning, everybody. Len Mooney here with Lunch with Len. It is, June 9th already. You know there's not very many shopping days left till Christmas. It's kind of scary how fast this year is blasting by. And I have Larry Ryan over here with me today. And right now we're going to leave it that way. Anyone who wants to come over and live interact with us is welcome to, but let us get started. I'm going to pick up. I'm going to assume that everybody over there can hear me. If, why don't you, at least one or two of you, just let me know in the chat that you can hear and see me, at least at this point. And as you know, as those of you who were on last week know, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. I did it. It's all my fault. I can't blame technology on that one. I just simply hit the wrong button. When I was coming back in from the screen share, I hit the stop broadcast button and terminated the broadcast right in the middle of the conversation. So I'm going to sort of pick up approximately where I was and take about 10 minutes to finish up what we were talking about. And the thing we were talking about last week was content creation. And we're still continuing to cover modules of Ray Higdon's course. So we're gonna finish up. We finished up pretty much last week, module 11, which is the content creation module. And I was either in the middle of covering or preparing to cover one of the extra modules that he has as the extras in the course, and that was the 10 best content ideas. So I'm gonna sort of blast through that really quickly, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna start into module 12, which is the SEO module. And Larry and I are going to sort of split up the training on module 12. So I'm going to do a screen share. I'm assuming the yeses mean you can hear and see me, Chris. And I'm going to do a screen share. And I am going to throw up. I'm not sorry. I'm not going to throw up. Can we sort of erase that comment? I'm going to put up just a quick PowerPoint. Larry, you can see that?
Yes, I can.
Okay. This is the 10 best content ideas. This comes from one of the extra modules in the course. It's not the main course itself, it's one of the extras. And I know that several of these ideas are ones we talked about last week. There is some duplication in the course. So the course module covers some of these, and they're also in the extra module. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on things like your bookshelf. As I mentioned to you last week, quite literally, I can walk over to my pile of books, which is quite a bit bigger than the pile I showed you last week, because I have my books scattered all over the place. But nevertheless, and I do have a bookcase too, but nevertheless, I can literally walk up to my pile of books, and for example, with my morning coffee with Len videos, I can close my eyes, pick any book off the shelf, open it to any page, and find something to talk about. It's that simple. So your bookshelf is a place to begin. The library or the bookstore, another place to begin. If you're in a niche like real estate or fitness or women's health or you name it, any niche, we can walk into a library or walk into a bookstore and go to the section on that niche and pick out the latest books, the best-selling books. We can sit there and get content ideas. We can even buy a book or two and read them and ILT, invest, learn, teach. So you're investing in a book, you're learning, you're teaching it. Pop culture, going out into the internet. What's trending now? What's important? I guess if you really wanted to write a blog post about something that seems to be pretty trendy, you could pick on the Bruce Jenner. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, that's a concept of something that's trending right now. I'm not quite sure what it has to do with network marketing, but nevertheless, you can go out and find ideas, and especially if you're into things like women's health, health and fitness, beauty, things like that, easy to find. Affiliate links. And if you have an affiliate product like I am now, well, I actually have been for a long time. I'm an affiliate of Ray's. I could put up a sales page for this course. When the course comes back on the market, it's going to come back. At least he tells us it's going to come back out at $200 more, so the price will be up. But I could put up a sales page for this product or put a link to his sales page. And my comment there about put a video in between is something that we talked about 2 weeks ago on one of the MLSP trainings. And for those of you who are new to this, MLSP is one of the marketing platforms that many of us belong to, My Lead System Pro. It's a marketing and training platform. And one of the trainings a week or so ago was how to put a bridge video. Rob Four was doing a webinar, and he talked about putting up a bridge video.
Hey, Len.
Pardon me?
Len, Craig was asking if you could make your screen a little bigger.
Make my screen bigger. I can do that. How's that?
Oh, that's good. That's
Okay.
even good for me. I'm a young guy.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. All right, so putting up a bridge video. Now, if anybody is a little unsure about exactly how to do that, I did a training video on how to do it, and I posted it in the Lunch with Len group. So it's out there. You can go grab it. Very, very simple to do using Funnelizer. If you're not in My Lead System Pro and you don't have Funnelizer, then I don't know how to tell you to do it. Funnelizer makes it easy. I'm sure you could do it in leads pages or in MITS or something, but I don't know how. I mean, I am a My Lead System Pro member, and I'm using the My Lead System Pro tools. So affiliate links, affiliate courses, same thing. If you buy a course, and like Ray Higdon's course, ILT, Invest Learn Teach. Can I make webinars and videos and stuff about this course? You know, I could probably make stuff about this course for the rest of my life. And by the way, I have actually started to put together a training webinar on course content and creation, which will be a lot more detailed than the Lunch with Len last week. Conversations, we mentioned this last week. If you're talking to your coach and you're talking about things, well, you can get ideas from your coach about putting videos up. Or if you are a coach and you have coaching clients and one of your coaching clients asks you a question, you can make a video that says, hey, my coaching client asked me the following question, so I thought I'd share the answer with you. Of course, we've talked about your notes from meetings. I don't think I need to say any more about notes from meetings. We've beat that one to death a half a dozen times. Quotes, people love quotes. Google your niche leaders. If you're in a niche like network marketing, Google Ray Higdon and just find some quotes from Ray Higdon. If you're in health and wellness or some other niche, Google the niche leaders. Finally, Ray talks about doing surveys. There's this thing called SurveyMonkey, and surveys is something I'm going to talk to you a lot more about in the not too distant future. I'm reading a book called Ask. Very, very intriguing book. I highly recommend it. Ask, A-S-K. It's that simple. That's the name of the book. And it's really about finding out what your customers want by using surveys, but it's a very specific methodology that he's got. And finally, stories and interviews, recent book launches, courses, things like that you can use, do book reviews, etc. So those were the top 10 best content ideas. I'm going to close that. I'm going to stop the screen share for just a moment, hopefully without terminating the broadcast. I'm sorry about it. I tell you, folks, the stop broadcast button is this great big red button in the bottom, at the bottom of the screen in the center. Now it's big and red and it's easy to see. It's also right square in the bottom of the screen where I'm going to say it's probably not the best place for it. It's the place you would put it if you wanted to be sure to be able to hit it in an emergency. But since coming off the screen share isn't an emergency, it's not clear to me that it's the best place for that button, but it's there. So that's basically a wrap on content creation. If anybody has any questions, throw them up in the chat. And I'm going to travel on, and I'm going to start into, this is module 12, and the topic is SEO. What does Ray do in his blogs before he publishes a blog? What does he do for SEO, keyword research, etc.? And I'm going to tell you that what Ray teaches in module 12 is pretty powerful, and it's actually a little bit different than I had been told in the past about what Ray does. So assuming that this is coming directly from the horse's mouth, this is really what he does. And it's not what I was led to believe. So there was a couple surprises in here for me. There's some areas of this that I actually can't take you into without playing his video, and I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to try to do my best to cover the essence of what he's doing. So I'm going to cover about, I'm going to spend about 10 minutes here with some of the keyword research and et cetera that he does, and then Larry's going to take it over and talk to you about some of the other tools that Ray uses. And anyone else who's got the course or who just wants to come on over and jump in and play with us is certainly welcome. Let us know in the chat you want to come over and play. We'll bring you over. I'm not feeling any constraint to have to be done by 12 o'clock today. We may run a little bit long, but we'll cover the material. So Ray does SEO, more SEO research than I had been led to believe in the past. He comes up with a concept first, and I'm gonna use the concept that he used in his training video. And the concept he came up with for his training video was cold market prospecting. And now he had a couple of coaching clients with him, and together they were going to write a blog post on cold market prospecting. So the first thing Ray did, and I have taught AdWords before, and I'm just going to take you out. Oops, I can't do that. I need to go back to screen share. Let me go back to screen share. Here we go. And share. And then I'm going to take you on out to, I'm going to close this tab. Let me close it. I'm going to take you on out to Google AdWords. So you can just do a search for Google AdWords, keywords.com or whatever, or you can go google.com SK tool. Okay, and that takes you on out to AdWords. And if you don't have an AdWords account, you have to sign in. And I believe, Chris, you were having, I believe it was you who was struggling with AdWords last week, or maybe not. I don't know. If it was, let me know, and we may bring you over later and you can tell people what you had to go through. You do have to establish an AdWords account, and they may even ask you for credit card information, et cetera, and they take you right up to where it looks like you're going to have to pay for advertising. Just do whatever they ask you to do and get it done, because you can use the tools for free, and you do not ever have to pay for an ad, at least at this point. So I'm just going to sign into AdWords.
Yeah, you know, for me, I had to actually look like I was going to set up an ad, and as soon as you get to the point where you let that ad go live, just cancel it. But okay, you get into
so
free after
whatever they force you to do, they take you all the way in. So we're going to search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. The keyword we're going to search for is cold markets prospecting, cold, M-A-R-K-E-T, prospecting. Now, I can't type where the tinkers, well, you know what that word, tinker's damn. So typing was not my strong suit in high school. Now, I'm going to do what Ray did. I'm not 100% sure I know exactly where he got this from, but he said, and I'm also going to do elevator pitch. And quite honestly, elevator pitch. I told you I can't type. Elevate, L-O-V-A-T-O-R-P-I-T-C-H, elevator pitch. And he threw in talk to strangers. Now, I'm not 100% sure I know exactly where he got this elevator pitch from. I've never heard it before, but I guess it's out there and people use it. So it wasn't a term I was familiar with. Anyhow, he threw 3 terms into the search bar. He hit get ideas, and I'm over here and I'm going to click on keyword ideas, because that's what I really want. I want keyword ideas. And there's our keyword ideas. Now, the 3 keywords I typed in, talk to strangers, elevator pitch, cold market prospecting, these first 2 have very high monthly searches with low competition. The low competition is good. 33,000 searches is not so good. Ray made the comment that with 33,000 monthly searches, that's probably not a good keyword to target. You would have a very difficult time ranking for that keyword. However, cold market prospecting, 90 average monthly searches with low competition. In Ray's words, I like that. And so we're going to use cold market prospecting as a principal keyword that we're going to target. Now, I'm also going to tell you that Ray uses a plugin called WordPress SEO by Yoast. Yoast is spelled J-O-O-S-T. It's Norwegian or Swedish or something, I'm not sure. And he's a very well-known SEO expert. So I'm not going to do this with you today. I can't do it today for a couple of reasons, but Ray will take this word now, cold market prospecting, and drop it into SEO Yoast, the WordPress SEO plugin by Yoast, as his keyword at this point. Now, the reason I'm not going to do that is because in order for me to show you what he's doing, I would have to actually play his video, and the quality of that isn't going to be really very good. And I don't want to just play his video and rob from it blindly anyhow. Second point is I actually have SEO Yoast on my blog. And to be very honest with you, I turned it on some time ago. And when I did, it did something really strange to my blog, and I never understood what it did. I had to turn it back off again. So now that I know that Ray is really using that plugin, I'm going to go figure out how to make it work. And once I really figure it out, I will do a training on it with you. And so give me a week or two, and I'll come back to how to use SEO Yoast to optimize your blogs. Unless one of you out there knows how to do it and has had success with it, in which case you're certainly welcome to come on and do a training. So anyhow, this is the keyword we're going to target. Now, I've taught you in the past to go on down and look for other keywords down here, and we certainly could do that. Talking to strangers online, 170 searches low, that would be an interesting keyword to target. Ray didn't go there. He just stopped right here with these three. He said, I'm going to do that one. End of story. End of using Google Keyword Planner, close. Now, let me look at my notes for a minute. At this point, Ray made the following comment. Never, ever, ever, ever write a blog post without first determining what keywords you are going to target. It's a waste of time. Don't do it. Now, that's the one statement that I quite honestly found a little bit intriguing, because I was told in the past that Ray doesn't do keyword research, that he just writes a blog post and then he goes out after he's written it and finds the keywords he thinks he can get it to rank for and then rearranges it. And maybe the right answer is something in between those two things. But that's certainly not what he said in Module 12. He was very emphatic about doing the keyword research first, then writing the blog. Okay, so fine, we'll take that. Now, he also said that you don't just have to write a blog with one keyword. You can use multiple keywords in your blog, and you can get your blog to rank for multiple keywords. So the next thing he does is he comes out to Google. So now that we're going to do cold market prospecting as our main keyword, I'm going to type cold market prospecting into Google, and let's ignore all this for a minute. I'm going to come down to the bottom of Google, and I'm going to see searches related to cold market prospecting. So I'm going to grab, Ray is going to grab every one of these, because Google is telling you that these keywords are related to your target keyword. So Ray's going to target, he's going to take all of these keywords and he's going to copy them over to his blog and just stick them on the page for the moment. He hasn't started to write anything yet. He's just putting them in there as placeholders, and he's going to get back to them basically as he writes the blog. He's going to eliminate ones he doesn't want to use. So for example, cold market prospecting by SNDS, his comment was, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to use it. Bingo, it's gone. But some of these other cold market prospecting and network marketing, or prospecting your cold market, he's going to weave those into his blog, into the blog post itself. Even though the primary keyword is cold market prospecting, as he actually writes the blog, he's going to weave some of these other terms into it. and use them. So that was a really interesting point. And basically, I will tell you, I certainly learned something there. And I'm going to begin to do a little bit more of that in my own writing. So I'm stopping to look at my notes here. I'm going to go ahead and close the Google search and stop the share for just a moment. And that was you. Okay, Craig, great. I knew it was somebody. Sorry, I forgot who it was. Blame Chris for something she didn't do. Okay, so I'm ready. If you give me a moment here, I'm just trying to read down my notes to see that I haven't left any major point out. And if anybody has a question, go ahead and throw it up in the chat. So we found our keyword. We went out to Google AdWords keyword tools and we looked for keywords and decided which one we're going to use. Then we went to Google and we searched on that keyword to find related terms. And the comment was made to never do one keyword in a blog post. You can always bring in related keywords, and that's how you do it. So you can have one blog post that ranks for multiple keywords. And then, Larry, I think it's to you. This is where he cut over to the Advanced Marketing Institute and the headline analyzer, and then went on to create an image. Do you want to pick it up? Are you okay?
I'm good.
Cool.
Okay, I'll do a screen share for me.
Okay.
Okay, now the next thing Ray does is he goes over to BuzzSumo. And what this does is this shows the most socially shared titles and the articles and who wrote them. And if you look for just this personal keyword, cold market prospecting, look at who's running the best. It's Ray. He covers this topic a lot, and he's got a lot of it. And he'll go to another blog post. Oh, this is Caesar. So this is another one that, but it's mostly Ray and Caesar all over this. I mean, this is phenomenal. But these are also articles that you can link to. Let's go to here. If this is something that's congruent with what you're doing, you can link this on your blog, and that way it'll give your blog post more juice. Especially if you do it to some expert or you do it to like a Better Networker and stuff like that. If you're linking there on your article, it'll just, all these will do would just add to your stuff. So that's a great thing. But the other thing that he talked about that I found very interesting is this thing called emotional marketing value headline analyzer. And what it does is on a Google page, you're going to see all these titles on here, and this will show you the best, which ones that people will click on the most. So if you let me get rid of this, if you go over here and just cold market prospecting, oh. And you search, oh, go to category. This is some professional services. And you just search it.
You click on that submit for analysis button.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me. And category is submit for analysis. And he does say sometimes this doesn't work right. But this will teach you how what do you use? 3 easy tips?
You know what? I don't remember. But I'm actually going out to the analyzer myself and going to see if it'll work, if it's going to work for me. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Yeah. So we were doing cold market prospecting, cold market.
Now this is for the one title he came up with, it's 3 easy tips for cold market prospecting. He came up with, it's a 28.57, and this is a score you'd actually like to get a little higher. So what he was doing is just changing it up a little bit. He was just 3. Let's try this one. That's worse. We're not going to do that one. This is something that you have to play with to get your score. You'd actually, this isn't bad, but you'd like it, over 30.
So, so I actually got it working for me. So if you want to come off screen,
okay, hold on.
If you want to come off your screen share, I'll go. Let's see if I can do this without hanging up. Yeah. Are you off? If you're off, let's see.
I'm off. I should be off.
All right. So come on. Let's go back to here. All right. So just so everybody knows, what's happening here is not anything Larry's doing wrong at all. Ray made the comment that a lot of times when you go out to this website, it just isn't work. It doesn't work. So anyhow, it's not always up. Anyhow, Advanced Marketing Institute. I happen to just grab a headline that I have on one of my blogs recently: Online Leads Made Simple and Cheap. And I clicked on the button, and it says my score is 42.86%. Now, let me go back a minute. We'll grab Ray's. What was the headline? It was cold market prospecting. So
3 easy tips for cold market prospecting.
That's where he started, right? Or that's where he started. 3 tips.
Yeah.
For cold market prospecting. All right, submit for analysis. Got 16.7%. Not real good. Then he came up, then it was 3 tips for cold market prospecting. Easy or
3 easy tips. Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And now see the score jumped to 28.57%. So you can see that by playing 3, and maybe the easy was here, I don't remember, 3 easy tips for cold market prospecting. So you can see that, oh, there it is, 28.57% again. Okay. Anyhow, I don't remember which one he actually ended up. He played around with this for a while and came up with a score that was close to the one I had a minute ago, about 40%. And you see, if I go back, I actually did a blog post the other day: Online Leads Made Simple and Cheap. And if I plot that title in here, which is what I did a minute ago, Online Leads Made Simple and Cheap. And the interesting thing about it is that it's the words simple and cheap that have this emotional. There's 33.33.
And that would be a good one. He says anything over 30 is very
anything
good.
Over 30% on. And now if I break the online apart, look at that. Just taking that word apart, making it 2 words online instead of on 1 word online, changes the emotional value of the headline. Really interesting playing with this stuff. At any rate, let me give it back to you, Larry. I'm going to stop the share. Again, Larry wasn't doing anything wrong. That website, according to Ray, comes and goes. So
sometimes it just doesn't work right, he said.
So it is what it is. But it's really interesting to be able to analyze your headlines, and I have no idea what their algorithm is or how they do it, but obviously the higher the emotional value, the bigger the impact. People are going to click on it. And again, as Larry said, 30% was raised. Like, if it's better than 30%, that's good.
And the beauty of it is what he does with those when he gets to Google, he searches and he takes those 4 or 5 different keywords, he sprinkles them in his article, and it helps because what Google tells you down there at the bottom is that these are what people are searching for. Other keywords just like this that they're searching for. So you sprinkle those into your article, and he says that's a phenomenal way to rank for more than one keyword. You could have 6 different types, but you can't get too ballistic with it, and just put them in there for no reason.
Oh, right. It all has to make sense contextually.
Yeah.
It has to read like you wrote an article that makes good contextual sense. Michael's saying you need 4 words for it to work. I didn't know that, but maybe that's what was happening. We were using cold market prospecting didn't work, but free cold market prospecting might, or easy cold market prospecting. At any rate, it's an interesting new tool. I've never heard of it before. I've never seen it used, and it's just like, wow, that's interesting, and it's easy to use. So why not? Why not analyze your headlines and see what their emotional value is?
Yeah, I just changed it to free easy tips for cold market prospecting and got a 42.86. So yeah, that's the beauty of it is we just have to play with it.
Yeah.
And to me, now what I'll do now is do all this before I even shoot a video.
Right.
Because they have these in there, they have these keywords in there and figure out what I'm going to do in a title in my video before I even shoot it.
Right. Absolutely. So those were some of the tips he gave. I know we're at noon. I'm going to keep on going unless somebody has an objection. And I guess, if anybody has to drop off, no harm, no foul. Just go ahead and do what you need to do. And this is all being recorded. And so far, I haven't stopped the recording. So, it'll be available to you.
There's one other thing that I was shocked at by Ray.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to do a screen share one more time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me. The funniest thing to me when Ray was doing this on his blog was he says that his signature down here, all this stuff, I was shocked that what he does is he copies this every day and puts it on his next blog. Because I was with him and I was talking to him and he was analyzing my blog, and I'm like, I need to. What's the tool you need to get your signature and everything like that every day? And he goes, the keyword is just do it, copy it. So I laughed.
Can you put that back up again, Larry?
Sure can. Yeah.
Because you jumped past a couple of things, but you took us into something here that's also very important. That I mentioned probably 2 weeks ago. But okay, so folks, you look at it, Ray's signature. Now, there's 2 things here that are really interesting. First, we talked about this about 2 weeks ago, I believe. But first, notice that PS line. If you have run out of friends and family members to talk to, or you just don't want to work with them, learn how to prospect your cold market tonight, and that links to a course or that links to a paid product. Almost every one of Ray's blog posts, and I'd be willing to say everyone, but I don't know that. I haven't looked at every blog Ray has ever done. But almost every one of Ray's blog posts link to a paid product in the PS line. And oh, by the way, as I mentioned to you folks again last week or the week before, you can link to the same products. All you have to do is become an affiliate of Ray Higdon's. And you can use the same PS line, the same exact PS line in the exact product. Now, you're not going to make as much as he makes. You're only going to get 35% or whatever his commissions are. Or you can link to an MLSP product. So I'd never really, I'd heard of this using the PS line before, but I'd never really, I don't know, for some reason it didn't compute completely until watching this video. And then it just struck me like a 4x4 between the eyes. My God, how simple is that? And how innocuous is it? It's just sitting there saying, hey, you want to learn more? Click here. And it goes out to a product.
But he raises this PS line for a longest time, and he goes every so often I change it up to something else. Maybe if we're having a product launch or I'm doing a product launch for somebody else, but otherwise he just uses the same one over and over and over again.
Right. Now, yeah, he does change the product that he's putting in there, that he's linking to from time to time. Yes. Is that what you just said, I believe?
Yeah, but it's not often. He'll use the same one for a long time.
Right. So I thought that was really, really pretty interesting. Now, the other thing that he talked about, can you go ahead and pull the page up, or Donna, whichever. Yeah, no, keep going. Okay, how approach it? Okay, the figures there in his blog posts, the figures are all made in Canva. And actually, can you come off the screen share, Larry? I'm going to go to share. All right. I'm going to go out to screen share for a minute. I'm not going to do a full-blown Canva training today. We have done Canva before, and there are Canva trainings out here in Lunch with Len. But I just played with something today that I want to show you, and this was based on what Ray did, but it's exactly the same concept, just a different picture. I played with this. I made this one today, and the reason I'm going to pull it up here is two things. First off, the figure. His comment was, of course, when you bring in a figure, you got to expand the figure to make sure it covers the whole thing, so you don't have any of the white border showing. The other comment that he made, which I wasn't really aware of, and the reason I put this up for you today is just playing with it. His blog post, his blog, and mine too, is set to use square figures. So this is what's going to go into my blog. However, if this were to get shared with Facebook, Facebook thinks in rectangles, not in squares. And the rectangle Facebook thinks in is roughly, it's not quite the middle 1/3 or 1/2 of the picture. It tends toward the upper side, but it's not the bottom and it's not the top. So if you have text that you want to put in your figure and you put it down here at the bottom, it isn't going to show up in Facebook. If you put it up there at the top, it isn't going to show up in Facebook. So you have to basically get it approximately where I'm showing it there. Not necessarily right in the center, but somewhere in the sort of the 30% that's surrounding the center, maybe 40%, not clear. But that's how to configure figures that with text in them that can be used on Facebook. And once again, I'm using Canva, canva.com. Ray's using canva.com, and if you haven't started to try to use canva.com, it's extraordinarily simple to use. And it took me about 2 minutes to make this figure today, or make this picture, and this one's free. I just downloaded it. It's free because I'm using my own figure, and I'm not using a text field that costs any money. Some of the stuff in Canva costs money, so you can find things that are free, lots of things that are free. Most of the things that aren't free cost a whole $1, and I don't see even anything there that costs $1 right now. But in the backgrounds is one of the places that you find things that cost $1, for example. So this background is $1. That one's free. So you might have to spend a whole $1 to create a figure or a picture that you want to use. So again, he uses Canva. I'm going to come off the share and come back to the Hangout. So I'm back to the Hangout. I'm off Canva. Larry, you got anything else to throw in?
No, that's it for me now.
Okay. I'm gonna take just about probably just a couple or three more minutes. Then I'm going to take us out. Let me go back to the screen share. Now I'm going to take us on out to the Ray Higdon blog itself. And there's his blog. And what was the title of that blog? Cold Market Prospecting, Cold Market Prospecting. So this, what I'm going to show you right now is the end result. This is, in fact, the blog post that we've been talking about. So you see the title that he came up with here, 3 Easy Tips on Cold Market Prospecting, and that was after playing around with cold market prospecting, playing around with that term in the Advanced Marketing Institute's analyzer. He talked about these 2 sentences and actually choosing them sort of carefully, because those are the ones that show up, like they show up right here, and induce people to actually click on the blog itself. Now, here's an example of the picture. He generated that in Canva through the 3 easy tips in there, and you can see the placement of the text. Again, the comment that if you place it too high or place it too low, then it'll be cut out if you go over to Facebook. And then as you go down through the blog and just look at it, you'll see some of those other keywords that came over from the Google related keyword search. You'll just see them sprinkled in sort of naturally. And then he's got a $7 offer here. If you get value from the video, he's got a little $7 offer that you can click here to go to. He's got his PS line. So there's the training course here for network marketing. And then here, if you enjoyed this post on 3 easy tips on cold market prospecting, now notice what he's done. And he does this with every blog. And notice what he's done. He's taken the title of the blog, the exact title at this point, and put it in the very last sentence again. And it serves 2 purposes. One is to give another easy, natural repeat of the title for keyword density purposes, and a call to action: retweet and comment, please. So very last line, every blog post gets that last line in it, and that's the major thing I wanted to show you by coming over here. So monetizing the blog, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Monetizing the blog, got this little $7 product sitting there, got this link to a course sitting here, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to go off screen share. I'm going to close this. I'm going to come off screen share, and once again, we'll carefully click the correct button, hopefully. There were a few more points about using keywords in H2 and H1. Actually, he never mentioned the H1 tag in this. He mentioned the H2 tag. Talked a little bit about placement of the video. I will make the following comment. In placing the video, sorry, in placing the picture, Ray talked about the eyeball method. And this was another little subtle point that I hadn't heard before. And in fact, well, no, I'm not going to go back on it. The eyeball method, if you're putting up a picture of somebody, make sure they're looking toward the blog, not toward the side of the page. It turns out that there's been research done that your eyes, as the viewer, looking at the picture, will follow the eyes of the person in the picture. So if the person is looking off page, that's where the viewer is going to look. So you want to position the picture. And actually, maybe I will just go back out there for a moment, because it's such an interesting and subtle point, but it's so powerful. I'm actually back out at the blog, and I know you can't see it right now, but I haven't forgotten you. I will.
There's one other thing with your Canva, your picture, your image you put up top. You have to set that as your main image in your blog.
Yeah. You got to set it as the it's not
featured image.
Featured image. Yeah. That's a very good point. You want to explain that while I'm typing?
if you don't set it as your featured image, when you put it on, when it goes out to different places and you put it at different places, they're just going to pick a picture and put anything up there. So Ray has a picture of these three guys on that blog, and that's the one him and those two guys. That's what he wants to do it when he shares it on Facebook, when he shares it anywhere he shares it. He wants that image to come up. And if you look at Ray's when he brings up his blog, just bring up a general blog, and you'll see different images. Sometimes it's Ray, sometimes it's him and Jess, or just other images. But when he shares it, he wants that image to be the main one.
Yeah. So here I am back on screen share again, and that was and thank you. I had missed that or forgotten about that point, but yeah, here I am back on the image again, and notice, and he made the comment that all three in this picture, everyone's looking straight out, so it's okay, and that was what he was making a comment about. Where are people looking? So if you look at that water ski picture that I had a minute ago, let me just pull that up.
Len just wants to show himself water skiing.
So this is another good example. I'm basically looking straight ahead, so that's not going to be an issue. However, let me go backwards. So yeah, so here was a good example. Because I was very careful with this one too when I made this picture. Notice that both Justice and I are looking out at you. We're looking at you. Neither one of us are looking off to the side of the page. So that's the point of picking these pictures and positioning the figures. And here's the other one with Jennifer Mao. She's looking straight out at you. She's not looking off to the side of the page. So that was the point that he was making in selecting where these pictures are positioned, or selecting the people and the photos you're going to use in the pictures, to make sure that they're either looking at you or they're looking in toward the center of the blog. So if the person's looking to their left, then you would put them on the left side of the blog, because then they'd be looking toward the center of the blog. And I'm going to stop the share. Okay. Any questions, comments, and let's see. I think pretty much that's a wrap. I just want to look at my notes. I don't see anything else. And that's pretty much a wrap. Does anybody want to come over and talk? Anybody have any questions? Hey, Craig, are you able to bounce out and tell us what your experience was in getting the AdWords set up, or do we need to do that? Here, I'm going to click bounce Craig out, and if you don't accept, we'll understand. And if you do accept, that's fine. So if anyone needs any guidance there, anybody else have any comments, suggestions, or questions, or whatever? I'm going to try to put some of this material. No. Take the word try out of that sentence. Sorry. Let's back that up. Cancel it. I'm going to put some of this material together into a little bit more of a cohesive form. I will get SEO, WordPress SEO by Yoast running now that I'm more highly motivated to figure out why it isn't working properly for me. I'll figure it out and I'll teach you about that stuff. Unless, like I said, somebody else out there is using SEO, WordPress SEO by Yoast, and wants to teach us how it works.
Hi, Len. Hi, Craig. Craig is here.
Yes, I know. Hello, Craig.
Hey, what's up?
So you had some issues with getting your AdWords account set up?
Well, yeah, I just didn't know what I was doing. I had to go through and make a dummy ad, and I actually just put in sample text, sample everything, and it went ahead and went through.
Okay, so they're really forcing you all the way through the process now. Sort of interesting. You can't just
but I didn't really make a dummy ad. I just put sample and stuff.
Okay. So that's it. So if you don't have an AdWords account, you have to create one. I guess if they're forcing you to go through a couple of hoops to get the account set up, but you don't have to pay any money. You can get it for free. Alrighty then. Anybody else have anything to say? Otherwise, I don't see any comments or questions coming in. I see nice work, Len and Larry. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
And appreciate that. I see Chris commenting, yeah, just go ahead and blame me for everything. Sorry. You just have to recognize, Chris, it's my age. Call it a senior moment, right? I can't remember. I have to put my name on the bathroom mirror so I remember who's staring back at me in the morning. It's getting old stuff. Okay, well, we've been here almost an hour. I hope you got value. I hope this helps you. We're going to keep going. There's a couple more modules that are coming up. We're going to dig into them. On Thursday, we'll dig into one of the next modules. I don't know which one comes up next, Larry. Do you remember? I know that. Pardon?
It's where to post your blog to get massive traffic.
Yeah, no, that ought to be a good module. Yeah, we'll cover that on Thursday. Yeah, where to post your blog to get traffic. Cool. So that's it for today, folks. Thanks for joining us. Glad you were all here. Hope you got value. So going once, going twice.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.